Greetings, parade watchers, and welcome to a new history video, as today we are looking at everyone's favorite aardvark, Arthur. Best known for his hit books by Mark Brown and his animated show on PBS Kids, which is still going on as of today. But let's look at his balloon that was in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Arthur made his parade debut in 1997 with Little Brown Children's Publishing Company as his sponsor. The design of our aardvark is him walking down Broadway and waving to the crowd while he carries his book and backpack, with his size being 68 feet tall and 32 feet long. Of course, Arthur was there to promote the TV show, but he also became the first balloon of the parade that year. But however, high winds were happening throughout the entire parade route. But luckily, on his debut, he managed to survive the entire route along with Big Bird, Garfield, Peter Rabbit, Rugrats, Spider-Man, and Bumpy in terms of the giant balloons. 4 of the balloons were either damaged or popped, and 1 balloon caused an accident that made the last 2 balloons removed from the parade. Even though he survived, Arthur did got some damages, mainly from his left arm at the start of the parade, and his left ear was a little deflated. But he was a success on his debut, and for his background music, it was the show's theme, Believe in Yourself, but in Macy's parade form.
Yes, a bad. Hey Willard, it's a wonderful kind of day. More than 18 million readers know and love Arthur, including my little girls, Ellie and Carrie. I hope you're watching. Mark Brown created our lovable aardvark, the first of 4 new giant balloons this year. He's all about the challenges of childhood. He's big, Willard, 68 feet tall. We figure that's the combined height of about 17 of his 3rd grade buddies.
I was that way when I was in school. The biggest thing was edge of the building. And how about those sneakers? They're bigger than Jacques and Michael Jordan standing end to end. Arthur's furnished by Little Brown Children's Publishing and has his own animated series on PBS.
Willard, can you guess his favorite food?
No, but I can see it right here on the strip. It's all over the pages. Cheeseburger, chocolate cake, pizza, which explains why it took fabric that length of 8 football fields just to create Arthur.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Big Bird, when the feast continues live here on NBC.
In 1998, when Macy's and the people of New York City had the new rules for their balloons on their size limits, the expansion of the handlers and pilots, and have 2 utility vehicles to help control the balloons, Arthur was one of the balloons that got to stay in the parade. But, like the previous year, the weather was heavy winds but lots of rain, which managed to deflate 4 balloons before even starting the parade. As for our aardvark, he was lowered to the ground to battle the high winds, and managed to go through the entire parade route.
Now, Matt, 18 million readers know that, hey, it's a wonderful kind of day now that Arthur, that academic aardvark, makes his 2nd march down Broadway. It's a wonderful show on PBS, and the Arthur balloon is furnished by Little Brown Children's Publishing Company. There you see him, Matt.
Katie, at 32 feet wide, Arthur can't even fit through the New York Public Library doors. They have to bring books out to him. And by the way, speaking of books, more than 450 books can fit into that cool red knapsack he's wearing. He's
going to be very busy doing some serious reading. He's actually half as high as that amazing New York landmark, the Public Library. Arthur is all about the challenges of childhood, about looking and feeling different, and about learning self-respect and respect for others.
Let's go to the tail of the tape. His favorite foods, cheeseburgers, pizza, and chocolate cake. But he keeps a check on that 62-foot waist by playing his favorite sport, which is soccer. And it took fabric the length of 8 soccer fields to create our roly-poly version of this aardvark.
Personally, I'm a big fan of his sister, D.W. Meanwhile, as Arthur rounds 34th Street, we're reminded that next spring, Macy's front door will be a spruced-up park with more trees and flowers and benches, thanks to a $30 million gift to the city from the 34th Street Partnership. A new Herald Square, the same grand old landmark.
The Peter Rabbit balloon, a number from Disney's A Bug's Life, plus the Pointer Sisters. The spectacle goes on live here on NBC.
Despite of him fighting for the wins for the past 2 years, he managed to stand tall in 1999, and his sponsor was changed to Eden Toys.
Now back on Broadway, he's killing me. Waving to the crowd is a character who gives 18 million readers and a ton of PBS fans something to cheer about. Having a wonderful kind of day is that adorable aardvark Arthur, furnished by Eden Toys. Arthur's all about childhood challenges like sibling rivalry and making new friends.
He's big, Katie, taller than the combined height of 17 of his third-grade buddies. We're told real aardvarks chow down on termites and ants, but Arthur prefers pancakes, pizza, cheeseburger, and chocolate cake, and he has the waist to prove it. Size 62. We're talking feet.
And Matt, while we're talking feet, check out those sneaks. Each one's the size of 2 taxi cabs.
Katie, that international man of mystery himself.
In the new Millennium Parade in 2000, Arthur had another sponsor for him. This time it was Random House Children's Media Group. And to promote his first ever holiday TV special, Arthur's Perfect Christmas.
And hey, it's a wonderful kind of day.
Well, it is for this next guy, America's favorite aardvark, Arthur. Waves to the crowd on his 4th jaunt down Broadway. This is a big day for Arthur, Katie. His first ever holiday special airs on PBS. It's called Arthur's Perfect Christmas.
Well, you know, he must have a high Q rating, as they say in the biz. The kids who watch his PBS series and read his books send Arthur 100,000 letters every year. And that backpack could sure hold him. It has a volume of 2,200 cubic feet. Our lovable bookworm is furnished by Random House Children's Media Group.
I don't want to be rude, Katie, but it looks like Arthur forgot to lay off the pizza and the chocolate cake. His waist is hanging in at 62 feet. In fact, it took fabric the length of 8 soccer fields to create our roly-poly aardvark.
And by the way, his feet aren't so petite either. Arthur would have to hop on 21 Razor scooters to ride to soccer practice.
Katie, one thing you don't want to do.
For the 75th parade in 2001, Arthur had a different sponsor again, but this time it was the Learning Company. But 2001 did mark Arthur's 25th anniversary.
A quarter of a century ago, author and illustrator Mark Brown created a bedtime story for his own son about an aardvark who loves to read. That character became an American icon and a Macy's Parade Big Balloon favorite. Now celebrating his 25th birthday, it's Arthur, furnished by the Learning Company.
And it's a wonderful kind of day for that lovable aardvark, Matt. His holiday special, Arthur's Perfect Christmas, airs on PBS. Every day is a big one on his series. He faces the challenges of childhood, like making friends and feeling different. It's a tall order for a 3rd grader.
But Arthur can handle it. Overall, Balloon Arthur's the size of 3 putting greens. And when it comes to self-respect and also respect for others, Arthur is up to par every time.
I love Arthur. Meanwhile,
After the 2001 parade, he was retired, but then came back 2 years later in 2003. Oh, I forgot to mention that he had another sponsor. But interesting enough, his creator, author, and illustrator Mark Brown was his sponsor.
Thanksgiving is an extra wonderful kind of day, spending it with America's favorite aardvark, Arthur, furnished by author and illustrator Mark Brown.
Arthur's all about the challenges of childhood, like looking different and making friends, about self-respect and respect for others. Okay, real aardvarks eat termites, but Arthur's into cheeseburgers, pizza, and chocolate cake. It would take 21 bouts from Matt's closet to hold up Arthur's pants. And I bet he has more than 21 in his closet.
You're picking on me today, I can tell. All in all, it took fabric the length of 8 football fields to create Balloon Arthur. Scores another touchdown today in his 6th Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Okay, Getting Gear is Hess showcases its classic trucks.
After the 2003 parade, he was officially retired, making a total appearances of 6. And also probably has the record for the most sponsors with a total of 5. Well, it was great looking at a good school kid, but next time we're gonna look at a bad school kid from Springfield. And remember, from the words of the song itself from Arthur, everything's a wonderful kind of day.